What's up, y'all? I am back, Stacey from H Blues Word. Wow, just the other day, we posted about Porsha Williams and her husband, Simon Guobadia, and his sketchy past filled with credit card fraud, allegedly, fake IDs, maybe shady marriages, all that kind of stuff. And in our discussion, I assumed that Porsha knew about this, and who knows, maybe she did. And yet here we are, fast forward to today, and Porsha Williams has already filed for divorce. People Magazine has the exclusive. She's filed for divorce. Now, in the article, they made it clear that the divorce had nothing to do, I guess, with this breaking story about Simon's past. Apparently, they may have already been having some problems, in their marriage, and it just continued. But, the timing is still suspect. So, you would just think that, okay, she found out about his situation, his fraud past, and maybe that just made her feel away, and she just doesn't want to be associated with that. But according to the article, it had nothing to do with that. Now, in my mind, I really thought that the timing of Simon's story and all that kind of stuff was actually going to help Porsha and her storyline, because she is coming back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. But now I guess her storyline is really just about her being no longer a housewife and just single and ready to mingle, like she was in pretty much all the previous seasons.
Who said that?
And when you also read the article, what also stood out to me is that Porsha not only is returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, but she also has a scripted deal with NBC and Universal. So Porsha's about to do some things, assuming that the ratings and, life just works out that way. She's about to be a huge star, it seems, with NBC. She's going to be, again, a part of the franchise, the Real Housewives, and she's working on other projects. So maybe in her mind, she's like, I don't need the image of fraud and all this other stuff that Simon has going on. I don't need that right now. I'm a successful woman. I'm focused. I'm about my business. I don't need that baggage right now. Now, I agree with fellow YouTuber, Make It Make Sense, that I do feel bad for the kids, because I do believe, they both came into this marriage with children. Porsha has her daughter from a previous relationship, and Simon has his kids. So, divorce can be difficult for a family, for kids, etc. So I do feel bad about that. But overall, the marriage was only about 15 months. They didn't have children together. And I think they only dated for about a month. So maybe Porsha also feels like, I really don't know this man. So let me just move on now. But what are your thoughts on this? Be sure to comment below. Now let's move on to some semi-happier news. And I say semi because what triggered this was not so good, but actress Coco Brown, she's very funny, kind of a comedic actress. Her house burned down in Georgia. And as a result, she created a GoFundMe. And a few days ago, it was reported that her industry friends like Marlon Wayans, Byron Allen, they all contributed. And they each gave, at least Byron and Marlon gave $5,000 to help Coco Brown. So folks really showed up for Coco. Now, I know some people are saying, well, shouldn't she have homeowners insurance? That's very important. Who knows? Maybe she had homeowners insurance, but maybe it didn't cover everything. Who knows? But how about Tyler Perry, a man that she has worked with? She was in one of his films. He has come up with $400,000 to help Coco Brown buy her next home. Tyler, he always comes through for his people. He comes through for really people just in the general public, whoever are in need. So bravo to him for helping out Coco, one of the many actresses he has worked with. And I kind of knew when I saw like Byron Allen had contributed to the fund and Marlon Wayans. I was like, I know Tyler's about to come through with some funds, and that he did. Speaking of Tyler, there's an article out where he spoke with The Hollywood Reporter, and he talked about AI in the entertainment industry. Now, I'm someone who's really paying attention to AI. Some experts are saying that AI is really that next thing that's really going to just change our reality, no pun, but it's really going to change our reality. They said more so than the internet did. And so it's really something we all need to take seriously and need to pay attention to. And Tyler Perry is doing just that. And he said because of AI and the things that he's seen it do, I believe he used a program called Sora. Sora, he looked at that program. It's a text to video type feature, but he said the things he saw it do was just mind blowing. And because of what he saw, he has literally put a stop to a $800 million expansion of his studio. He had plans to expand his studio, to build more sound stages, all the goods. And he put a hold on that because of what he witnessed with this AI. But he also expressed fears of what AI will do specifically to the entertainment industry, specifically to jobs. And this is some of what he had to say on that. He said, based on what he saw, I no longer would have to travel to locations. If I wanted to be in the snow in Colorado, it's text. If I wanted to write a scene on the moon, it's text. And this AI can generate it like nothing. If I wanted to have two people in the living room in the mountains, I don't have to build a set in the mountains. I don't have to put a set on my lot. I can sit in an office and do this with a computer, which is shocking to me. But it makes me worry so much about all of the people in the business because as I was looking at it, I immediately started thinking of everyone in the industry who would be affected by this, including actors, grip, electric, transportation, sound, and editors. And looking at this, I'm thinking this will touch every corner of our industry. So yeah, Tyler made it clear that this will definitely create a major shift in the industry. As you recall, with the SAG strikes and the WGA strikes, they are trying to put a hold on this AI because it really will shift the industry. Interviews that I've been hearing, even a director may be reduced to more of a project manager because of AI. And I have to wonder, Tyler is putting a hold on the expansion of his studio, but with AI and based on what he's saying that people won't have to build sets anymore, will his business, his core business in terms of his studio, will that be affected? Because currently people go to his studio and they rent out his sound studios. But this may affect his bottom line, his business, if people no longer have to go to a sound stage to build a set. And here's the thing. I love technology. I've loved technology ever since I was a kid. Even playing video games, I used to love how the graphics would just progressively get better. But we have to think about technology in terms of balance sometimes. It's great. I love, as an adult, going to films and seeing what AI has done. In fact, Tyler even says in some of his latest films, he's used AI. Like, I love the de-aging aspect that AI has done. Like, if you look at Will Smith's Gemini Man, he was able to play an older version of himself and a younger version of himself. And then you saw even with Indiana Jones how they were able to de-age Harrison Ford, so they didn't have to hire a younger actor. He was able to play his character throughout the film, which went through various times. So from that aspect, I do like AI. I think that's just a cool feature to do. So AI will be a necessary tool. But again, let's have some balance here. And just like Tyler said, let's not forget about the humanity, especially when it comes to the arts, especially when it comes to creativity. Human beings still need to be able to create. Human beings still need to be able to work. And so hopefully the industry, at least the entertainment industry, will be able to regulate this. I personally feel we as a nation need to figure out how to regulate AI, because I was actually listening to an expert and he was saying that AI could potentially take away 40% of our jobs. Now, that's according to an expert, and time will tell. But AI is definitely something we all need to be paying attention to. But what are your thoughts on AI and what it's going to do to our society and what it's doing to the entertainment industry? And share your thoughts below again on Porsha and her situation and how she has filed for divorce. I am Stacey Brewer, and this is H Blues Word, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.